Hello, 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 hello. Welcome. Good morning. So, um, here we are today. It's a beautiful day in Calgary. I'm in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and it's like 33 below outside. But the sun is shining. It's so gorgeous. It really is. And it just came today to to talk. I mean, there's lots of information on social media and about the here we are in this state just before the new year, and we have this calendar that tells us that something amazing is going to happen. We're going to be in another year, and we celebrate it. We make a big deal about it. We kind of mark the spot. We say, how did I do in 2021, and what are my plans for 20 and 22, and when we look back on our past year with pride, or we look back on our past year with maybe guilt, and oh, I didn't do so well last year, or it was a terrible year, or whatever story we've made up about the past, and uh, and then we carry that around, and we look forward to the new year, and we say, okay, this is going to be a better year. All right, this is going to be a better year. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to and as a result of that, I'm going to feel better about myself, or I'm going to and so we're judging the past, and we're projecting into the future this idea of good or bad, or right or wrong, and we set ourselves up, you know and lots of teachings have said, no, we need to have a white heat of desire. We need to visualize. We need to imagine ourselves in a situation, and bring emotion to it, and we can create in that situation. And it's interesting that I've come to understand that in some ways we're kind of freaking around with life when we do that. We're Instead of imagine that we're here in this life already with a design or a purpose, and so I think it's great to have preferences for the future, but if we hold them too tightly, we squeeze the life out of them. They're not allowed to express or to create themselves. And because the possibility is that they can create themselves, and we can be part of that. And here's what I want to bring up today is that what if all the magic, all the magic does not happen in the future? It happens in the now, and that our future is really, you know, all the nows rolling, and we're rolling with the nows. We're in the wave all the time. And we're in the wave all the time, whether we know it or not. And so, how would you like to live in that beautiful place of this moment? Well, the first thing to get there is we have to recognize that we're not there. That just to catch yourself, start to watch, become aware that we're not living in the now. We're living often in fear, or anticipation of when this happens, wow, and we're excited about the future, but that excitement takes us out of the moment. We're not really here, and oh, we're afraid of the future. My gosh. Oh, 2022. And I mean, there's lots of stories around about potential calamity. The shit's gonna hit the fan next year, guys. It's gonna be, and all of that. And we're like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. We better have, you know, we better have 3 months worth of food stocked up in the basement. And so and I'm not saying that 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 being prepared in life is not a good thing. I'm just saying that there's a lot of story around that's fearful, and we create our own. And so we're not living in this moment. And in this moment is where the action is. In this moment is the juicy moment. This is life. And it took me so long. It took me so long to realize that love, even love, is in the moment. Love is not in the future. do you ever look forward to love in the future? Love is where the action is. Love is where the power is, and it's now. Or replace that with universal intelligence or God or consciousness. It's now. And so, how do you get into the now? Well, like I was just saying, that we have to kind of recognize that we're not there. When we're not there, and keep focusing, keep bringing ourselves into that awareness, and recognizing that our true potential, everything that's possible to create in our lives, is created in the moment. It's not created in the future. It has nothing to do with the past. The past is just, it's dead, but we keep it alive with story. Oh, I could have done better. I don't know why she left me. All the story. Oh, I didn't do so well as a businessman. I mean, that was one of my stories for a long time. I went through my thing in business, and it was like, oh my gosh, I so wanted to be. Oh, I so wanted to be. And I was holding it so tightly that it didn't have a chance to really be, because David wanted to control, right? And that's the thing. And so we do that with our relationships. I talked to a guy today, and he's going to be in a meeting later today, and he's telling me how, he really does want to surrender, and yet he said, oh, I'm going to call so and so, and I'm going to get, really, the old serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Well, what is it that I cannot change? I cannot change you. I cannot change the future. I have no power, really. What can I change? The wisdom to know the difference, the courage to change the things I can. What can I change that's courageous, that I can change in me? Is I can become present. I can become aware. And I can do in each moment what is being asked of me, if it's to make a phone call, if it's to go to the gym, but in each moment, and to, be available with a yes. Yes is the magic word. Yes is what creates life, and the wisdom to know the difference. Well, to know that so much is truly out of my control, and that if I'm living in a yes in the moment and available, life unfolds. Life is happening whether I agree or not. The old saying is, God smiles as we're making plans. So if we get that, then we're one with the moment. Then the possibilities are amazing. Where is true power? True power is in the moment. The other is in Dr. David Hawkins talks about power versus force. So trying to control the future is force. Trying to will our way into making things happen, and it seems we have some ability to do that, but does it hold together? Is it created in love? Is it created in freedom? No, it doesn't seem to hold together. To just allow, to be present and allow life to flow through us. We're not living life. Life is living us. So that's my story, and to be interested in this, to see it, to hear what I'm saying, and to say, my gosh, okay, maybe David has something, because there's a lot of conversation about it, but how do we get there into this moment? There's so many things that bring us into it, and I think that it's so, the being in the future is so seductive. It's so appealing. We've been sold this story. We live in this illusion. Whether it's sitting in front of the TV, right? It's often we're not present. We're in that story. So practice being still. We're going to do that in a minute. We're going to have a short little meditation, but practice being still. Practice sitting, just to sit and do. No, just try being here and observing, this The mind, I call it the crazy mind often, because the mind wasn't designed to run the show. It was designed to be a tool, to a support character, not the lead character, you know. So as we learn that the lead character can be accessed in the moment, that it is everything, but we can't see everything unless we're truly here. And then the mind becomes the servant to the lead character. You know, it becomes part of the of one of the tools we have, like we have fingers, you know. But when we're running the show from the mind, you know, trying to design our lives without being present, you know, we're really limited in our ability to create, you know. But we can create with love and in service so much from the moment. And what do we is it that we want to create now? That's individual. You know, you will know your peace. You know, you'll find your mountain as, you know, you sit down. What is it that you love? What is it that you're great at? And be in that. And even if it doesn't seem like as grandiose as you thought, or what your dad wanted you to do, or you know what you thought you were supposed to do, it doesn't really matter. You know, if we're in life, if we're, you know, in a, you know, kind of in a relationship, let's say, because we think we're supposed to be there, and you know, I mean, we can change our context and be wherever we are out of love in a moment, just like that. We don't have to change our circumstances to experience the moment. That's the illusion. We think, well, if I leave this guy, or if I leave this gal, or if I leave this job, I'll, you know, I'll find my peace, you know. And that's not necessarily true. Let's find it now. And then, you know, whatever isn't necessary will fall away, you know. And how do we find it now? We find it by, you know, recognizing, first of all, that we've been not in it, that we've been living in a life of should or could, or right and wrong and good and bad, and guilt and shame and all of, you know, that stuff, you know, trying to get high in the moment. And when we recognize that we, you know, we come into this moment now and live here, then our true potential begins to flow through. Our true potential begins to flow through. So we don't have to run and change anything. Let's just do this and practice being present, and the rest will fall away. It's like a, you know, inside of the stone, right, is this the beautiful carving, and life will carve it out of us in as we practice being present, and not focusing on changing our circumstance as per se, unless we're in danger in some way, you know. But just the idea that I will be happy when this happens is an illusion. It's bullshit. Okay, happiness isn't because of something outside of us. It's something that we access inside, love inside, peace inside, joy inside. And we can do that. Every one of us has access to that. That's our natural state. So we're just going to drop into that for a minute. Come with me. We're just going to drop into it through sitting and being present here in this moment. So just wherever you are, just drop into this space. You know, you put your feet on the floor, you know, just come into your body just now. Let go of everything that's happening around you. If you're in a place where there's sounds, just include them. Come into your breath. Just drop into this second, into this moment, where nothing is missing. Nothing is needed. There's no next, no tomorrow, no yesterday. Just for now. Just be here now. There may be a little anticipation or a little fear about, you know, letting go of this illusion of control. But it is an illusion. It's not true. We don't have control. We have the moment. And it's a gift. They call it the present because it's a gift. We recognize it. We didn't bring ourselves to this moment, not consciously. We didn't even really choose to be here consciously, not from the mind. So why do we think we can run the show? We can't. So be here now, in this breath, in this container, this body that we've been blessed with. If thought comes up, just let it go. That becomes the practice, just letting go. There you go. So just do that repeatedly through the day. It doesn't matter where you are. You can just stop, drop into this moment. Just stop and drop into this moment. Freedom is here. Okay. If you'd like to do it together, I have a little meditation in my home on Monday evenings. I know if you're not in Calgary, that's not possible, but eventually we'll be back online with it, I think. So yeah, you can join us for the discussion we have, and and it seems like somehow we need to become aware that running the show is not our full potential, and it takes a bit sometimes to melt that, to let it go, and it just does melt. You've already begun the process. We're already in it. All of us are already in it. This coming to this awareness, this oneness. We're already that oneness, just being with it in each moment. Okay. Love you guys. So yeah, if you're on YouTube, I love it if you subscribe and follow us, and love you lots. Thanks.